For most of my life, I've always thought that I would improve myself and achieve my goals. That I would then reach the point in my life that I could finally truly be happy. Like truly, truly happy. Where you've reached a point in your life when you can just sort of relax and be content with the life that you're living right. And especially during the phases where I wasn't doing so well in life, I always tell myself, well, this makes perfect sense. Because I'm fat, I'm broke, and I don't have a job. I do nothing but play video games all day and live in my parents' basement, and I'm too afraid to talk to girls. So that is the reason why I'm feeling unhappy right now. And so if I fix these problems, if I'm no longer fat, if I'm no longer broke, and I have a girlfriend, or maybe even a wife, and my problems are all fixed, and then I'll actually get to be happy, right? That's the way it works. And there came a time in my life where I thought that was the right thing, that my thought process was right there. Because there came a time in my life where I actually did start to radically flip my life around. And I started to improve myself. So I started to lose some weight. I started to bring up the courage to talk to girls, and I got a job. So I was no longer broke, and I felt on top of the world. I felt probably like the best I've ever felt in my life. I felt confident. I felt happy. I woke up with a smile on my face. I just felt so good. And I remember very well that I would tell myself, damn, if this is the way I'm feeling right now, then imagine how happy I'll be once I start actually achieving all of my goals. Because right now, I still don't have a girlfriend. I have worked up the courage to actually talk to girls, and hey, I was making progress. I was developing my social skills, but I still didn't have a girlfriend. And yeah, I was making progress losing weight, but I was still a little bit fat, and I wasn't at my goal body yet. So I wasn't done with my goals yet. And yet I was feeling incredibly good about it. So I would tell myself, this is what I'm feeling right now. Then imagine how incredible I'm going to feel when I actually achieve all these things. How I'm going to feel at the end point, the finish line. But there came a point in my life where I had reached this end point, this temporary finish line that I had set for myself. And I sat there in the comfort of my own home, on the couch with my wife, and the body that I wanted to have. And I had a job, too. Yay! I mean, I wasn't rich, sure. I wanted to have more money, but at least I had a job. I wasn't broke anymore. And I wasn't the loser that just played Call of Duty anymore. Oddly, I sat there and I realized that I wasn't really feeling that good at all. In fact, there came a point where I didn't really have any goals to work towards. And I actually felt kind of bad again. I wasn't feeling near as bad as I felt during my lowest lows, for sure. I mean, that's really depressing. But I still felt better, I guess. I had felt better. I was starting to get that depressed emptiness feeling. But I wasn't feeling good. I was actually feeling kind of bad. I don't know how to explain it. Despite the fact that I had achieved so many of these goals that I wanted to achieve, I felt a lot worse than I did during that phase where I was improving myself. And I was shedding off the weight, and I was going out, and I was talking to girls. And it was the 10-year-old gamer inside of me that suddenly realized what was going on. Nerd alert! Because without really knowing what had happened, I had already experienced this before in video games that I played. So I've played a lot of games like Call of Duty, where you usually have things that you are working towards, right? Little mini goals. And I noticed several times throughout my gaming career that I would always work towards something. So for example, you're trying to get the best gear for your character. And you're having a lot of fun trying to get this gear. And you always tell yourself, oh man, once I have all the best gear, it's going to be amazing. I tell myself that that's when the fun really starts. I'll be a super, super badass, dressed out, best sword, best gun, best armor, whatever. Because then I'll have the best gear, and I'll have such an awesome character. And oh man, I can't wait until I've reached that point in the game. That is what I'm working towards. That's going to make me feel so good. But whenever you have all the best gear, you just stand there in the game. You look at your own character, and you realize that you don't really have much to do in the game anymore. And the whole game kind of just feels empty. And you miss the times when you didn't have the best gear yet, but you could still work towards the best gear. All this time that you've been telling yourself that the fun will start by the time that you've achieved your goals, you failed to realize that you were having the most fun all along. And now I come to a point in my life where I realize the exact same thing applies to real life. Just like how in a video game, you have much more fun getting the gear than actually having the gear. In real life, you become a lot happier working towards your goals than from actually achieving your goals. It's wild and weird. I was sitting there on the couch with my best gear on. I had the body that I dreamt of having. I had a girlfriend. I had a job. I was no longer broke. And I realized that all this time that I was working towards this point, I was failing to realize that I was already living the life that I wanted to live. I was already feeling that I wanted to feel all along, but I was failing to realize it because I was stuck in this illusion that I had to achieve this arbitrary point at some point in the future. You see, you don't suddenly become happy once you start having a specific number in the bank account. It doesn't work like that. You don't suddenly go from depressed to happy the very day that you get a girlfriend or that you get a promotion at work. The real way to become happy is to see yourself consistently working towards your goals on a daily basis. It's by looking in the mirror and seeing that you are slowly but steadily losing weight. It's by talking to that girl and bringing up the courage to ask her out, or bringing up the courage to ask your boss for a promotion. Or even if your boss or that girl say no and reject you, it is the act of consistently working towards your goals and picking yourself back up from failure and learning from failure and rejection. This is exactly how you become happy. And that's how to build the life of your dreams. The life of your dreams does not start at the end point, but it starts by what you do on a day-to-day basis. And so I guess there are two main reasons why I wanted to make this video. And the first one is just the fact that you need to be careful. You need to make sure that you are always having something in your life that you can kind of work towards. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be like start a business goal or become a millionaire or whatever. A lot of times tying this into like a community service thing is how are you benefiting others around you, whether that be in art or community service or a business or whatever. But interacting with others is very important. But you have to have something in life that inspires you and that you can aim for, or else you're just going to have that same feeling in that video game. And when you start looking at your own character and everything feels empty again. But the second and probably most important thing that I want you to know is that all of this means is that the life of your dreams is probably a lot closer than you think it is. Like I said, the life of your dreams does not start at the end point. The life of your dreams starts when you consistently start working towards your goals. Now, I'm not trying to be a goal guru or whatever, but figure out your passion. What do you like to do? And imagine the life you want to live doing that and a life around it and how that would work. And then start working towards that and just make that your life dream, your life work. So you could literally be living the life of your dreams several weeks or maybe days from now. It could even be right now. You could take the reality and split it apart. Hello, new world. But you have to come up with a plan. You have to come up with a solid plan. You need to know what your passion is and then start walking towards that goal. If you figure out what you truly want in life and what you truly have to do to work towards those things and that goal or those goals, and you start to work consistently towards them, you bring up the courage to break your comfort bubble and you start working hard consistently towards your goals. And it doesn't have to be breakneck speed. You don't have to work up a sweat 24/7, but just putting in consistent effort, constant, consistent effort. Build a life around what you want to do. And you could literally feel the happiest that you'll ever feel in your entire life right now, several weeks from now, several days from now. Happiness is a choice. And you can just decide to be happy with the pursuit of your goals and not with achieving your goals. And that's not an exaggeration. You could literally feel the happiest you'll ever feel in several weeks from now, or today, or several days. Get that plan, set your goals, and start working, and realize that it's the progress that's what's going to make you happy. It's the journey that makes you happy. You could be living the life of your dreams. In fact, a lot of people are living a pretty damn good life already right now. But you just like how the 10-year-old gamer is failing to realize that they're actually having the best gaming time of their life. That just doesn't get better than that. Sitting as a 10-year-old all day on a Saturday, playing your video games and trying to hit your goals, and you got your buddy next to you, you got snacks, you got mom coming in, making sure you're okay. That's the best time of your life. And when you look back, you see it. But when you're going through it, you're like, I need to still hit that goal or whatever. But, they're failing to realize that they're having the best gaming time of their life. And these people are failing to realize that they're already living a good life. And they're failing to appreciate the life that they have. Don't be like that. Are you like that? I've been known to be like that. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Because they are stuck in this mindset. Have you been stuck in that mindset? Where they believe that they're only supposed to be happy once they've achieved certain goals in life. They're waiting until they've reached that certain end point of life, where they have a certain amount of money or they have a certain body that they're dreaming of. But the truth is that there is no end point in life. There never is. Once you've achieved a goal, you're either just going to feel empty or you'll just have a new goal to work towards. And the only thing that really, really matters is what you do on a day-to-day basis. So do not ever waste these possible incredible years of your life that you're living right now being stuck in this idea that your life only starts at a certain point in the future. You could literally be living the life of your dreams right now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey guys, my name is John, and I am so glad you found this channel. Let me take a moment to tell you a little bit about myself and what this channel is all about. I'm 50 years old, and I've been through a lot of ups and downs in life. But there's one thing I've learned. Life is all about connection, learning, and making the most of the time we have. I'm a proud single father of my amazing son, Connor. He is my business partner, he's my best friend, and honestly, the best teammate I could ever ask for. Together, we run a booth at the Great Smokies Flea Market. It's located off Interstate 40, exit 407, right here in East Tennessee. Every weekend, you'll find us there, sharing stories, meeting amazing people, and offering unique treasures and products we're passionate about. If you're ever in the area, we'd love for you to stop by and say hello. But this channel is about more than just our flea market adventures. It's a space where we'll dive into things we love, like poker nights, video games, and even some deep dives into topics like ancient wisdom and, yes, ancient aliens. This channel is also about building a community. Whether you're a poker enthusiast, a fellow single parent, or just someone curious about our lives and interests, or you like our dogs who's bothering me right now, Mr. Maxie Pie Pie. We want you to feel at home here. So if that sounds like your kind of vibe, come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Good boy. We'd love for you to join us on this journey. Hit that like button, click subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment below to introduce yourself. We'd love to hear from you. And hey, if you're ever near the Great Smokies Flea Market, and make sure to come by and see Connor and me. You'll find us there every weekend, ready to meet new friends and share our story. Thank you for watching, and welcome to the family. Say bye, Max. Bye, Max. Bye. Good boy.